Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be kind of similar on like a what's on my iPhone, which I've already done for my channel quite a few times. I actually just made one not that long ago on what is on my iPhone XS Max. And if you haven't checked that out already, I'll leave that link down below for you guys to watch because a lot of people like to see what's on other people's phones. I know that trend is kind of old now, but I still like watching those videos just because I like to see how other people organize their phones for their daily lives. What they keep on it. It's not that I'm a nosy person, it's just I easily get inspired by people, so that's why I like to watch those. And today's video is going to be kind of spun off that. I've seen a couple of these videos before, but there's not that many that I personally see and enjoy, so I decided, you know what, maybe I'll make one and kind of relate it to what I do and use it for college specifically, and specifically further than that, for nursing. So this is my iPad Pro 12.9. This is the second generation. It's not the newest one, but it's not the original either. The original one, I believe, was a little bit thicker or something. Something about the dimensions were off because I know if you ordered like the wrong case, it wouldn't fit perfectly. So yeah, I have the space gray 12.9 inch 2017 iPad Pro Generation 2. It's 64 gigabytes. Or 32, one of those two. Actually, let me check real fast so I don't like mislead you guys. I just know it's the base storage model because I use a lot of cloud storage. So I never really require that much storage. And it looks like it's out of 64 gigabytes. So this is a 64 gig iPad, which is the same storage size as my iPhone XS Max. So yeah. It is the space gray model, as you can kind of see in the back. I know I've got a case on it right now, but I really don't want to take it off. And then I also have the Apple Smart Keyboard cover case for it. Getting into it, I've had this for over a year now. I got it October, I think, November of 17. Had it for a whole year. Yeah, because I got it last Cyber Monday, and we already had another Cyber... Yes, I've had it for over a year now, and I am super, super glad I purchased this. If you're thinking about buying this for school, if you want to go paperless, or you're even looking to get a tablet instead of a laptop for school, I'm going to go ahead and talk about that all with you guys and help you make a purchasing decision. All right, to show off my case a little bit more, so basically it is just the Apple Smart Keyboard case. So it's just like this matte black, and you can kind of see it has a little bit of a lip right here. That's where the keyboard hides. So basically when you open it, it's just my screen, and then you've got the smart cover. It's just like a fabric thing. But if you go ahead and open it more, out comes the keyboard. So you can see it's like super long, and it just attaches to the side of your iPad magnetically. And there's these three little dots here, which basically the keyboard connects to, so you don't ever have to charge this case or connect it through Bluetooth. It literally just hooks up. And then there's magnets, and you just kind of fold it into this triangle, and it just stays like that. So you can see it's super, super cool, super simple. It's super expensive, but I'm super glad I bought it. I usually use this most times instead of taking my MacBook to school now, just because I have the ability to use my Apple Pencil to write on it, and then I also can type up my notes if need be. So yeah, you can type on it like any other keyboard. I know it is spill proof, so if you spill something on it, it won't get damaged or nothing. It's super comfortable. It's not the most lightweight thing, but it's this whole thing with the case and everything feels lighter than my MacBook Pro. But yeah, it's also super thin, which I absolutely love. It really doesn't take up any space in your backpack, and if you didn't even have the smart keyboard case, it's even like thinner than that. So like, it's super, super thin. I absolutely love it, and I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys what apps I have on it and how I organize it. So let's get right into it. So I stepped off to the side because I'm just going to be putting a screen recording up here, so hopefully everything's going right technology-wise. So anyways, this is my home screen. As you can see, I literally only have one page because I don't like keeping a lot of pages on my iPad, just because I know this is specifically for school, and I really don't want to be keeping it very full of apps that I don't really need and keeping it like many pages. Like when I'm in school, I want to just open up right up to the home screen and select the exact app I need right away. So as you can see, the first top left corner folder is just Apple apps. These are apps I don't use every single day, so they're just there for easy access, and I know that these are all Apple stock apps for the iPad. So you've got like calendar, notes, reminders, photos, clock, maps, contacts, camera, Podcast, Find My iPhone, Find Friends, iMovie, Clips, Measure, Google Photos, which isn't an Apple app, but I use the Google Photos app and the regular photo app. I don't know why they're not next to each other. That's kind of irritating me. But yeah, that's why that's in there. And then I've got Photo Booth. And the one next to it, I don't really use social apps on here, so I just have Twitter, YouTube Studio, which lets me reply to your guys' comments as well as see video statistics for my channel. And then I also have Photoshop Express because I used to use that to edit my thumbnails, but now I've learned to edit thumbnails better on my actual iPhone. I should probably download the apps from my iPhone onto my iPad because those apps work really good for making thumbnails. And then I've got FaceTime. I don't really ever use FaceTime. I almost opened it, but I realized it'll show everyone's phone number, so I can't really open that. Then I just got settings, iBooks. I don't really use iBooks that often. I use Kindle because you get free books with Amazon Prime, so I don't even know what's the last book I ordered. Like, I was reading, Looking for Alaska. I only got like halfway through it, I think. But I used to love reading on my iPad. It's so super convenient. It looks super cool. And it's just like so like natural feeling. It looks like you can turn pages and stuff. I really want to get back into reading. I just haven't had time with school and all that. And even during my winter break, I didn't have time to really read because I was doing so many different things. But one of my goals for 2019 is to actually start reading more. I just think reading is really relaxing. And I'm going to try and start reading at night before bed because I've got like really bad insomnia. And I feel like I can never get to sleep. So I'm going to try reading before to help me relax, wind down, and help me sleep better. Then I've got Audible, which I just got a free trial for it. So I have like 2 audiobooks that I'm like halfway through on both of them. I used to listen to it in the car or like if I'm getting ready or if I'm just cleaning my room. But I've just been really hooked onto listening to music lately. So I haven't had I don't really feel in the mood to like listen to an audiobook. I've been in the mood to listen to music for some reason. I don't know. Then I've got Kindle, which is basically the same thing as the iBooks app. You can get a lot of free books through Amazon Prime, which I do, but you can also... Oh, so here is my old textbook. You can also rent textbooks through Amazon. I have it for all these books you can see here that I have. I've started reading a few of them. Like The Handmaid's Tale, I need to finish that. I use like King Lear. Okay. The Handmaid's Tale, I haven't even started it. I don't know why I said I have to finish it. Like, I need to start that because I started a few pages. King Lear, that was from my Shakespeare class, Macbeth, microbiology. These are, like, all stuff that you got for free. Except for the microbiology book, I paid for that to rent. I don't know why it's still there, surprisingly. And then I've got news, which I don't ever use the news app too much. And you can see it's not even really set up. I used to use it a lot on my iPhone. But I just haven't had the patience or the ability to like really go through this every single day or like even a few times a day. I used to, but now I just watch the news. I don't really, like when I'm at school, I'm not going to go on the news. Like I'd rather go on Twitter or something more entertaining because the news is like, it irritates me so much. Anyways, then I've got the YouTube app, which you guys all know what YouTube is. I do watch quite a bit of YouTube on here, but I actually use my MacBook more just because I can like move the screen on my MacBook to like better my viewing angle and stuff. But like, it's not bad to watch it on here. I do watch a lot of YouTube though. I've also got Netflix. I don't know why I said it like that. Netflix. I've got ABC. I've got Xfinity Stream, which these are all basically TV streaming apps. And then I've got Twitch, which I've been obsessed with Twitch lately. Even though I'm not a gamer or nothing, I've been like I like watching people play video games. So yeah, I watch a lot of Fortnite, I guess, because that's like the only entertaining one, because I like watching entertaining people that make it funny. Yeah, Tubi TV, I downloaded this because it's supposed to have free movies and stuff, but I haven't even opened it yet. I've got Amazon, obviously Amazon Alexa. I've got Apple Pages and Keynote, which I use specifically for school. So if we go ahead and open up Apple Pages, I'll just kind of show you guys what I do. So if I go into winter 2019, okay, let's just look at my Introduction to Professional Nursing class. I'll go back and forth. Like one day, if I'm taking my iPad to school, I can like access it on my MacBook and my iPad Pro. So that lets me keep everything in the cloud. Nothing will get lost, and that way I can pick up where I left off on any Apple device I want, even my phone. So yeah, you can just see this is my outline for chapter 1 through class. She was talking very slow, so we didn't get through much the first day. So that's Apple Pages. Then I've got Keynote, which is basically like a Microsoft PowerPoint, but it's Apple edition. So, okay, this is for my pathophysiology class. You can just see, you can just go through, you can make it show present, where's that at? Okay, I might have to turn to the side. How do you do this? Show presenter notes, that's what I need to do. Okay, I don't know why it's not letting me show presenter notes, but anyways, I show presenter notes, and that way I can just take notes on each individual slide that need be, because sometimes I don't want to type in the actual slide because there's too much text, so I'll do it in the presenter notes to write down like what I need to know, or yada yada yada. So that's basically it for Apple Keynote. And then I have an actual whole folder just labeled education. So if you open that, I've got Moodle, Quizlet, Numbers, Voice Memo, ScanBot, Acrobat, Adobe Scan, and Khan Academy. So Moodle is basically what my university uses. We don't use like Canvas or Blackboard. We use Moodle, which I really am not a fan of. Quizlet, obviously everyone knows what Quizlet is. Numbers, it's another Apple app that I've never used before, but I just keep it on my iPad just in case I ever need it. Voice memos, sometimes if I want to record lectures while I'm taking notes, I'll open that in the background as I'm taking my notes, so that way I can like have a backup if I ever want to go back and listen to it. I've done it a couple times, but I don't really need to because I usually pay attention in class and I get everything down in my notes that I need to. ScanBot is a really cool app because it just lets you scan things and make it into like a PDF. So yeah, I haven't like used this one because I usually use Adobe Scan because that actually makes it like look like an official scan. And I don't want to open Adobe Scan because I did just scan some important personal documents that I don't want it to accidentally pop up and show. But it's pretty cool because you can just literally use the camera on your iPad or iPhone and take a picture of the document. And if you need to use Flash, it'll let you use that. And then it automatically crops the borders, but I found that sometimes it doesn't crop it that good. So you can just adjust it yourself and it's really easy to do. Oh my God. And it ends up looking really professional. Like you literally just use a professional printer scanner. So that's pretty cool. And then I've got my Chegg e-reader app, which is basically just for my textbooks that I rented this semester. Everybody knows what Chegg is. I don't really like using physical textbooks. I like using e-textbooks because I find them way easier to use and keep organized, and I don't need to carry around big heavy textbooks with me. So I just usually go through and highlight really important terms. You can make notes. It's really easy to me, and it's just my preference of studying. I don't really care for physical textbooks because I don't like lugging them around everywhere, and if you forget them, like you don't have them. At least if you get the online textbook, if you do it through Chegg or Amazon, you can access it anywhere, which is pretty cool, and it keeps it super organized. And if you want to even write notes, you can add notes, and it's really, really convenient, and I absolutely love e-textbooks. I'll never go back to physical textbooks unless the class doesn't offer it, or if any of the services don't offer it, or if the class just won't allow me to. Like the professor, sometimes I want you to get the physical book. I've never had a professor like that yet, but I've heard there are some out there like that. And then on the docs down below, you guys can see I have Apple Files, which I use just to keep... I can get access to all my iCloud stuff, so if I need to use Apple Pages, Keynote, and stuff like that, I can access it from there. I've got Messages, Safari, Mail, which is for my personal email, and then I've got the Gmail app, which is specifically for my school email. Now, my personal email is a Gmail, but I got two separate apps to keep them individualized because I used to have them all under the Apple Mail app, or even I was using just the Gmail app for both before too. And it's just too much. Things get lost. I forget to look. And now, like if I'm doing something and I hear my phone go off, I can just differentiate which one is my personal email and which one is from the Gmail app or my school email. Then I also, this is my main note-taking app, which is Microsoft OneNote. It's absolutely free unlike other note-taking apps. And as you guys can see, this was the last little notes I took in my lab. So basically you can divide all your notebooks on the left side. So I did it for every semester. So you can see fall 2017, fall 2018, winter 2018, and then winter 2019. They're kind of out of order right now. I'm not sure why. But I will show you guys my last semester so that way you guys can get an idea. So I had 3 classes last semester, but for the Shakespeare class, I didn't use this because I didn't need it. So we'll go into microbiology and I'll show you guys. I did it by each chapter. So you can see I just made all her PowerPoints into PDFs, and then I would go through it myself in class while she was lecturing and highlight what she would talk about and just handwrite in the little things here. So it was really, really cool. I absolutely love using this app just because it's free. And I can take really, really good notes with this. You can see there's all different sorts of things you guys can use. You can find really good tutorials anywhere on YouTube. I'm just showing you guys how my iPad is organized and how I use it to take my notes and stuff. So yeah, you guys can see I used to handwrite a lot of my notes, but then I kind of switched to doing more typing. You can see exam reviews here. I went all the way down here, and then I had my final exam, which I ended up accidentally deleting after I took the exam, which wasn't a big deal. So yeah, as you can see here, I started typing out a lot of my notes towards the end because I started getting really lazy. And then instead of highlighting it, I would just make very, very, very important text red, just because we were going through so many slides a day that I didn't have time to highlight everything. So I was just doing the main points she was telling us to focus on. I just bolded it or made the text in red. So yeah, that's basically the same thing I do every semester. As you guys can see, this was last semester, and this semester I really don't have much yet. Yeah, as you can see, I was typing out some of my notes on my MacBook, and then I do voice recording so I can listen to it if I want to. And yeah, that's basically it from Microsoft OneNote. I highly recommend it for anybody. I was thinking about trying out GoodNotes or Notability, but those are like $10, I think, and I really don't know if I want to spend money on a note-taking app if this one has worked so well for me. And I like OneNote too because you can go back and forth between this and your MacBook or any PC. Anything that has the app, they sync, and you can pick up on one device where you left off on the other. I'm not sure if GoodNotes or Notability can do that. So yeah, then I just have my homework, which is basically a little app that just tells you what homework you have to do. And as you guys can see, I've got quite a bit to still do today. Well, not really, but I've got some important things that I need to do. Sometimes I don't always put everything on here, so gotta get to doing that. And yeah, then I just got Apple Music and the App Store. And that is literally it for my iPad Pro. I use this thing literally every day, and I absolutely love it. It's such a perfect tool for anyone considering going into, well, anyone in school really, but if you want to go paperless or totally revolutionize the way you take notes, I highly recommend the iPad Pro. Anyways, guys, so yeah, that concludes what is on my iPad Pro. If you guys have any questions about it, leave it some comments down below, and I will be sure to answer any questions you guys have. I know these are relatively expensive, so that's what I'm going to talk about next, is if I think this is worth to get over a MacBook. So I feel if you don't already have a good working PC or MacBook, this will definitely get you far. But for the price, especially the new ones, which are like $799 to like $1,000, I think you're better off investing in a MacBook first and then getting this as a side device. They even have smaller ones. They have the iPad 9.7, which has Apple Pencil support and all that. I just feel like you get more bang for your buck. This can do a lot, but it still is running on iOS, which is still a mobile operating system. It can't do everything that your MacBook can do, and I find myself not being able to go completely computerless. I still have to use my MacBook Pro to help me with a lot of things. This is just a good, helpful study tool that I use. And yeah, I absolutely love it. I use it all the time. But I still think a computer or laptop, doesn't have to be Apple, it can be anything, is a lot more helpful for everything else, because a lot of things don't end up working on this. But not a lot. Like, not a lot of things work on this, but not too many things go wrong. But I always find myself going back to my MacBook Pro for like some sort of task that I can't do on here. Whether it's trying to make a PDF into printing something, like I always have to use my MacBook. But lately I've been taking this to school instead of my MacBook to take notes. But for projects and stuff, I noticed that you're going to need a PC or a MacBook, which most people these days have computers. It doesn't have to be a MacBook. Like I said, it could be a PC, it could be an iMac, it can be anything. So yeah, that concludes what's on my iPad Pro. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I already said before, if you have any questions or concerns or want my other opinions that I didn't mention in this video, be sure to comment them down below and I will respond to you. And if you like this video, be sure to drop a like down below for more college or nursing or anything, any type of educational videos, related videos on my channel, and I will be sure to make more. So yeah, that's really it for my video. I don't know how to really do outros, but thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Bye!